What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Sniping live stream. Guys, NFL is here. NFL is here, and more importantly, there are player props everywhere, like across every single DFS platform. We're not going to be focusing on one single platform. We're going to be diving into every single DFS app that we possibly can, because that's how you make money in this industry. You take advantage of mispriced props. Keep in mind that every single DFS app, they set their lines and their projections independently, and our job as sharp sports bettors is to take advantage. That is simply how you do it. And I say simply because I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do this. Hey, may you take a look at the UD Fantasy Optimizer? Yeah, we will take a look. Let's go ahead and start there. I know a lot of you have questions about these props on the DFS Optimizer for underdogs, so let's go ahead and start there. Right now, I believe they're only limiting their... Oh, did they fix it? Oh, never mind. I'm taking a look at Prizepicks. Right now, for whatever reason, Underdog is only limiting the ability to take these props in Alabama. I think there's a glitch going on. For whatever reason, they have not fixed these props, but these are mispriced. Showing like 97%, 89, 77. I think that the percentages are also a tad bit off. Regardless, like Gibbs and Montgomery's off like 15 to 20 yards. Like this should be set closer to like 45 to 50 yards when you add those two together. Same thing with Pacheco and McKinnon. A lot of you guys can't take advantage of this, which is why I believe they haven't bumped it yet. Again, only available in Alabama right now. For whatever reason, they disabled it for Florida, for Colorado, for California. And I know that combo props are legal in those states, so it doesn't really make sense. I think they're just going through it. Regardless, let's go ahead and take advantage of the props we know we can. By the way, I'm sorry. Been talking all day long. Let's go ahead and take advantage of props that actually make sense right now and that you can actually take advantage of. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the combo props. I believe I can do that. Combo, 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 and combo. Let's try that. And yes, you can do that with all your optimizers. And there's more combos. Make it less confusing. I don't see this combo prop on here. Anyway, let's go ahead and start out with Christian McCaffrey. I think we took advantage of this before on Parlay Play and also on Prizepicks, but we'll take the under. Oh, and they just pulled it off, actually. So I just took advantage of this before the live stream too, so that might be why it got pulled off. But Austin Eckler, McCaffrey under rushing touchdowns is a great place to start, so let's try and start there. Under rushing touchdowns. Make sure I didn't see that. McCaffrey. Oh, it was there. McCaffrey under rushing touchdowns. And I believe I took advantage of Mahomes' fantasy score. Let's see if that's still up here. He is getting removed altogether. That's odd. And we're going to start out here because there's a huge edge, and I'll show you guys why here in a second. Mahomes, yeah, his fantasy score is gone, so it's mispriced. I got that at 26.5. We added fantasy scores across all DFS apps on Prizepicks, Underdog, and Parlay Play. And then let's go and try to find one more here for Underdog. McCaffrey, Alyssa Thomas, that one looks good. Let's go and throw in Thomas. Alyssa Thomas under 16 points in assists, 16.5. Sorry, that's points. Points. That got removed as well. Eckler, Garrett Cole, I already took. Let's take under Acuna. That's going to tick a lot of you off. It's all right. The slip is just ticking everybody off. I get it. Go ahead and get the slip in. I already entered this. I already entered these player props, but I want to make sure that you guys can take advantage of this. And let's talk through this. I'm going to give you guys like 5 more minutes. Not 5 more, like 5 more seconds here to enter this slip. And let's switch over and talk about why that's plus EV. So if we take a look here at Austin Eckler, yes, it's only one app. It's on Fliff, set to minus 170 juice on the under 0.5, right? And McCaffrey, same exact thing. But here's the reasoning why you should take the under on Underdog. Because all these apps are setting these prices independently, right? If you're to take the over at like plus money here on Fliff, there's a large enough discrepancy in the market to where you could literally hit the under on Underdog and the over on Fliff, and mathematically creates like an organic hedge, and to the point where you're making money. This is called arbitrage betting. OddsJam teaches this a lot, but again, keep in mind that this is a fixed payout platform, so you do have to hit all 3 legs in order to profit. But you guys get my point. Like, mathematically speaking, there is an arbitrage here in this specific market. So right now, these markets are going to close. They're going to close, and they're going to middle on these projections. And you're either going to see this get removed from Fliff, go down in terms of the price tag that they have at, or you're going to see the props get removed from Underdog altogether, or they get bumped. I don't know how that would get bumped. Yeah, it wouldn't get bumped. They would get removed off of Underdog. So what you'll see here is either these props get removed, or on Fliff, their juice is going to completely flip, or it's going to go down, and you're going to get a better bang for your buck by hitting the under on rushing touchdowns on Fliff. All right, so that's how that works. Kelsey got hurt. Are you kidding me? In week one, this is what we get? So does that mean like all the props, all the combo props we took earlier are going to be DNP'd? How long is he out? Do you guys know how long he's out? Well, that sucks. Well, none of these players have to do with that game, so that's still valid. Oh, that sucks. All right, well, let's go through this again and see what props are still up here. Pacheco hasn't been removed. Any of these guys haven't been removed yet, which is weird. I think those combo props are literally glitched on Underdog right now. Like, they're up there. Or they're not. Pacheco. Yeah, they're not up there. It just hasn't updated yet. Anyway, let's switch over. I know you guys don't really care about that, so let's switch over to the middling tool, and let's take advantage of some more Underdog props. Oh my gosh. He's going to play, isn't he? He's going to play. Well, hopefully you guys took the unders. A lot of those plays were unders. Hopefully he does play, and he's limited because a lot of our props were on the under. Combos just dropped for NFL. Kelsey. All right, hold on. Let me switch over to Prizepicks real quick. I'm assuming you guys are talking. Let's see if we can get off some slips here. Let's try to take advantage of this. Gibbs and David Montgomery. So let's take a look at this prop. I'm going to do something real quick. Gibbs. I'm going to show you guys why this is a good play. Lines are shifting all over the place, huh? We kind of have to wait for the dust to settle here. Gibbs' even line is set to 38.5. Montgomery. So, adding up the two near even lines, we get a run yard total of 89. As you can see here, discrepancy with 91.5 and juice on the under here. So that is a really good prop to take, and that's the exact reason why these combo props present such an edge, because there's a lot of discrepancies. So anyway, switching back to Prizepicks here, that's why this prop here is a very good prop to take on the under, 91.5. So we'll go ahead and start our slip there. And let's just build out. Let's build out. So if we look down the list here, Jose Quintana and Patrick Corbin over strikeouts. We're going to take the combo prop there. Corbin over. A lot of the combo props today. A lot of the combo props. We already took this earlier, so I'm going to skip over that. Jose Ramirez and Carlos Correa, we also took that. Brittany Griner and Natasha Cloud over points. Okay, that's an interesting one. That one I have not seen. Griner over. And has anybody not taken advantage of the taco yet? Because I have used up all my tacos. I will put in a taco slip if you guys have not. But right now, I have used it. And then McCown over rebounds looks good on DraftKings and Bet365. Dallas Wings. Not in the same game. That's a very good slip to hit right now. Over 9 rebounds. Because as you guys can see, Slate Juice on the over at 9.5, and you get this at 9 on Prizepicks. So go ahead and enter this slip together, guys. I will go ahead and open up my phone, give you guys some time. I'm going to go ahead and enter this myself. And you can go ahead and throw on the taco for this. Throw on the taco if you want another leg. Montgomery and Gibbs under. Hopefully there's a lot of throwing in this game, which I do think there's going to be, right? There has to be. MLB, so many combos, guys. Patrick Corbin. Cloud. Griner. Wait, do I only have 4? I only have 4 picks. I'm an idiot. So we'll go ahead and throw this into a taco slip anyway to make it 5. And then I'll find one more play after this, guys. But go ahead and get these plays in first. Griner. Over. McCowan. Over. And then, of course, if you've already used the taco, and then we'll find one more here. Bassett we already used earlier. Under rebounds for Copper. For the Sky. She plays for Sky. Do we have Chicago already in here? No, we can take that as well. We can take under for Copper. Under rebounds. Wow, this is an annoying slip. All right. That's entered. Oh, I'm sorry, here. I'll show you guys a slip up here. All right, you guys ready to move on? All right, so now let's go ahead and go through some more. We took this one earlier as well. Eflin we took, and then we have McCowan, Natasha Howard. I believe we haven't taken that one. Let's go ahead and throw that one in here. Over rebounds. Over 15.5. Same player. Dude, there's a lot of CSGO plays. So let's actually switch gears here and head to the middling tool where we can actually find the discrepancies. Gempat. So as you guys can see here, a clear discrepancy between Prizepicks and Hot Streak. It looks like there's a 2.5 kill difference. So what you could do here is turn around, hit the over on Hot Streak, which we will do. Take the under on Prizepicks. So if we switch over to CSGO, Gempat under 18, and I'm going to actually head over to Hot Streak now. And if you can find that projection at 15.5, that's where you want to head. Over. And then we can find another combo here. MHL. Do they play for the same team? Nope. We are taking the over. Wow, that's a very aggressive kill number. And then we're taking the under on Hot Streak. And I'm getting 3.12x on hot streak. And I just middled that. Do you guys see how that works? So if this player were to land on, talking about Chip Hat, land on 18, 17, 16, you push, obviously, if it lands on 18, but you win that bet on hot streak, right? And then there's a potential that he lands on either 17 or 16, whereas MHL, same exact situation, lands on 41, 42, 43, 44, and you middle on both apps, right? That is obviously the ultimate goal here, and you technically can win on both those legs. But right now we only have 3 built out, so let's go down the list now. Bodie, whatever his name is, plays for Falcons. That's obviously not the same team. Can't do that there. Oh, McCallum we already took. Daicha. So the reason I'm not taking him is because he agrees with Parlay Play's 34.5 projection. So we're going to skip over that because obviously it looks like hot streak again. Not putting up good props here. Minus 156 on a 38.5. That's the app I would enter that number on, right? Because 2 of the 3 apps agree with the projection. So why would you take it on one of those apps? Going down the line here, Detmers under hits allowed. What they like to do is switch over, see what the sports books are doing with this, if they have a price for it. Detmers also teetering on that line, so let's go ahead and throw in Detmers. We're not going to include the taco in this slip. Detmers under 5 hits allowed. Looks good. Checks out on both apps. Slightly plus EV there when according to the books, but obviously across the board here, the books don't know what they're doing. That 4.5, right? Or Prizepicks doesn't know what they're doing. The 4.5 number looks a little bit more sharp. And you could go, last but not least, with Mabry under 6. Comparing that to Parlay Play, obviously middle there. Hopefully she lands on 6. You win on both apps, right? So let's actually do that. Let's go. It's a weird prop. I haven't taken 3-point props in some time. Mabry under 6. 3 points made. There's a slip. I'll give you guys a second to enter that. Another good slip to middle on Prizepicks. Another new combo prop just dropped on the Opto. Guys, that's the entire point. You just got to keep going back. You got to keep observing the market. That's how you guys make money. You guys see the edge. You guys see it constantly updating. This thing updates every second. Pacheco and Jahmyr Gibbs over rushing yards. Could even throw that in there. So let's go ahead and do that. To 88. It's really cool to see how the market's adjusting here too. If you take Gibbs over rushing yards, set to 38.5. And Pacheco. Pacheco is 51.5. And their projections added to 90. Obviously, there being a discrepancy here. Their near even lines are greater than the combo, right? So that's why we're taking the over when you look at the combo. There's a clear discrepancy here. And the market should move. The combo prop should get bumped up to about that 90, 91, 92 range. And again, like these projections are adjusting upwards, probably due to that Kelsey news. Probably means more rushing on the ground, right, for the Chiefs. And the really good thing to do and observe here is look at the market and see how the lines, the sportsbooks adjust their lines based on the news. You don't need to know anything that's going on. I didn't even need to know that Kelsey was injured, right? All I had to do was refresh the optimizer, see that these lines have then shifted, been bumped, the prices move, it's more expensive to buy these props on different sportsbooks, and I now can take that softer line on Prizepicks. That's how it works, right? And this is only going to keep adjusting. Like these lines are going to keep shifting all over the place. But you know, for what you're doing, you're trying to capitalize on the best value. It doesn't matter, right? If they keep adjusting upwards, you've already grabbed that rushing yard combo, which is the entire point. Before the bumps, that's how you do it. Anyway, any more combos that popped up here? They all look like CSGO plays, which is completely fine. I'm completely fine with playing CSGO, but I don't want to bore you guys. I can keep on Prizepicks and playing these CSGO plays, or we can switch over to Underdog, because I think Underdog's, you know, the better app to do that. We can try the middle of both Prizepicks and Underdog. We can do that. Anyway, here's a slip, guys. It looks like my computer's going very slow right now, too, so that doesn't help. All right. I don't see anything. I guess CSGO props haven't dropped yet. Okay. Let's check the optimizer then. Let's see what Underdog is doing here with all these props. Yeah, so like the combo props are just not adjusting correctly across the industry, which is it makes sense, right? Because combo props, not as much money flowing in on the under or over, not many people observing the individual props, and again, that's how it works. That's how it works. Anyway, we can go ahead and build out some Underdog slips. I don't know why these aren't getting bumped or removed right now. If you guys want to check Fliff, I would take advantage of the opposite side there. If you really think they're going to score a rushing touchdown, I'd hit the over on that in the middle of those two. Makes zero sense why these are so mispriced and why these have not adjusted. I will be continuing to take advantage of all these props. So on Underdog, let's go ahead and switch over. Corey Seager looks great here. 1.5 plus money slightly on the over here, or on the under. So it means that there's slight juice on the over here for 1.5. And you're getting a whole 0.5 discrepancy here on Corey Seager. So we're going to take Corey Seager here. That's going to be our first one to take. Under 2 HRR. Copper under rebounds. I believe we just took that on Prizepicks as well. We took Acuna earlier, and Alvarez, we can take under HR. There's another one. Give you guys a second to enter this slip, and then we'll move on. Move on to the next app. Again, I'm showing you guys my exact process. This is my exact thinking. This is what I do. I go through the apps, I find the value, and I just enter them. More volume, the better. I get asked all the time, how many apps, how many different slips should I play? And the answer is simple, as many as you possibly can that are actually plus EV, right? Like if there's an edge, why would you not take it? Because the math is going to point you in the direction of making money in the long term, as long as you're taking advantage of these types of discrepancies. All right, I just entered that, so hopefully you guys had enough time. What was happening in the Underdog Optimizer earlier? They had combo props that said 97 and 89. Those were correct. Yeah, they were off completely. Can you do Prizepicks, Parlay, Play, Jock Market? Guys, I'll be bouncing around everywhere. So Underdog looks like it ran dry from the middling tool. Let's now go to, let's check Parlay Play real quick. And again, they still have this prop up here. I don't understand why this prop exists. Hit the opposing line on Fliff. Makes zero sense why that's up there. Sony Gray, under 4.5. I guess we can start here. Let me just make sure. Ooh, Geno Smith. All right, let's do this. Let's start out on Parlay Play. We're going to try to get a 6-man insured in there. Always try our best to do 6-man insured plays on Parlay Play because those are the optimal slips that you should be entering on Parlay Play. Every app is different. Every app has a different optimal slip. Every app pays out differently based on those slip types. So we're just going to continue down on Parlay Play and try to build a 6-man because, again, their payouts are elite when it comes to 6-man insured. I'll have to get to the screen to show you guys. Under Sony Gray is what we're going with. Sorry, I should do it on here. Under Sony Gray. Let's move this over, Geno Smith We're going to put in the over right now just because I don't know if that's actually a good play. I like checking the middling tool if I can. I like to cross and compare the sportsbooks and DFS apps, two completely different markets, right? Usually if you're... Ooh, what's going on here? That is really off on Hot Streak. On Hot Streak, that is a horrible line. 1 second. Yeah, that line looks very bad. So I would take the over on Hot Streak. Parlay play is also slightly plus EV. Again, Hot Streak is the play or the app you're going to want to enter that on. So I'm going to actually switch over to Hot Streak real quick. Oh, did they just remove him? Please tell me they didn't remove Geno Smith. Oh, now I can't find him. Did they remove Geno Smith? Now I'm going to search within the game itself. Sometimes that happens on Hot Streak where you're not able to find the projection because... There, I found them. 1.82 times over 234.5 passing yards. That is the softest projection here. Hit that over. I can also take the over on Parlay play. These projections are just off in general. So I would be confident in taking the over on Parlay play as well. So let's go down the list here. Bryce Miller, over strikeouts looks good. Let's go ahead and throw him in. I believe he was on our slip on the live stream earlier in the day. Alyssa Thomas under points. Under 15.5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more. We took this earlier. I want to skip over that. Vandersloot under 8 assists. Boom. One more. Josh Allen only has one book to compare there. Ooh, I don't think I took this one. Connor Phillips plus Bryce Miller. Oh, we already had Bryce Miller in here, right? Yeah. And then Patrick Corbin we can take as well. Let's do that. Patrick Corbin over strikeouts. You can even slide the line on any one of these. Just to let you know that Parlay Play lets you create your own discounts by sliding the line. I'll go ahead and give you guys some time to enter this. I'm going to do it on my phone. Got me entering slips during my programming class. Priorities, especially for NFL season. Especially for NFL season. Who doesn't like a nice Geno Smith over? His pass yards just got adjusted to 237.5. Do you guys see how that works? So I wasn't able to get this off. Hopefully you guys were able to take advantage. But he just adjusted 7 yards because this was off. Because the projection was off. So it got bumped. But that's how you do it. That is how you do it. Pacheco looks a little bit off here. Let's give this a nice refresh. Geno Smith hasn't been removed yet. I can go ahead and try to find another play. We can do Kirby Joseph. That was in the earlier live stream as well. But why not? Spells his name really weird. Let's go ahead and get rid of Geno. Add less than 4.5 tackles plus assists. That's another good play. All right. Those are the top plays right now. And again, Christian McCaffrey is the best play because Fliff and Parlay Play have no idea how they're pricing him. No idea. Fliff is one of the few apps to price a price for an over and an under, which is why we're able to pull that and then compare directly to Parlay Play, Prizepicks, Underdog, all those apps. All the DFS apps. Let's go middling. All right, so we took advantage of most of these. Thomas. Yeah, so CSGO plays, they're agreeing with Prizepicks, which is generally what they do here. So the app that's off is going to be Hot Streak. And Hot Streak is already getting bumped right now. Just moved up to 235.5. That's still very soft. So I'm completely fine with taking that. I would head over to Alyssa Thomas, right? Or not Alyssa Thomas, Daicha, and try to take advantage of a middling opportunity if you're looking for something to pair with Geno Smith. That's a very weird combo. 1.64 looks to be the multiplier there. Finalize the entry in almost 3x exactly, hitting the over of 235.5. And under of Daicha under 38 kills. C++ will always be there. These lines won't. Love that. Love that. All right, let's try to find some more here on Parlay Play. So Parlay Play, ooh, did we take that already? Copper over rebounds. I feel like we took that on another app. Did we take that on Prizepicks? Copper over 4 rebounds. We can start there. Hext, no, no. Nicholas, no. 2 of the 4 apps, or 2 of the 6 apps agree with the price here. Ionescu, over 21.5 points plus rebounds. So I will say this about Parlay Play. Their WNBA lines are the most off of any other app. I don't know why, but they set theirs off from the market. Like, I feel like it's almost on purpose at this point. Over 21.5 points plus rebounds. No correlation whatsoever to Copper. Courtney Williams, no. Ooh, what's this? Over rebounds and assists. Indiana. Yeah, so this is actually negatively correlated with Copper. So just to show you guys, if they're both competing for rebounds, like these two are not correlated well, right? Because you're hitting the over on Copper. You're also hitting the over on Courtney Williams. They play for the same team, so they're obviously going to be competing for rebounds. So I'm going to take away Courtney Williams. Negative correlation, not saying they both can't hit the over. Obviously, if there's a lot of shots missed, then they can. But they're still competing there. So slight negative correlation. So that's why I'm taking that one out. Nerds. Ooh. Nerds is off, but I would be taking that on Hot Streak. Reason for this is because on Parlay Play, set to 37.5. On Prizepicks, set to 38.5. And then on Hot Streak, obviously being off the most. So I would hit the under at 40.5. Same thing here. Looks like Hot Streak is the odd man out. Tasha Cloud, no. 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 Nope. Nope. Yeah, this St. Brown line has been moving all over the place. Was plus EV last night on Parlay Play at under 7. Now the industry is shifting more towards 7. So the juice is implying that he should end at 7. Now 6.5 over is probably slightly more plus EV, which is why I'm avoiding that line altogether. So I got him. I took him at under 7 last night, but it is what it is, right? I made the best informed decision at that time. Hot Streak is off. Hot Streak. Looks like there's really no more plays here. Mabru, we could hit the over because we did middle that, right? On Prizepicks. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take the over there. No. Oh. Did we already take Alyssa Thomas? We took this one in the last slip, right? Or was that Prizepicks? Elizabeth Williams. Oh, here's another. So that's positively correlated, right? Points plus rebounds. So if we go to Elizabeth Williams, under, they play for the same team, right? So competing for rebounds would be positively correlated with Elizabeth under or Elizabeth Williams under, right? Because same team, take rebounds away from Elizabeth Williams. At least that's what we're hoping for. Slightly plus EV on 2 apps. So that one makes more sense, right? Oh, WNBA. I don't know about this. I hate watching WNBA. So this one, wow, this is really off on Hot Streak. Technically, slightly plus EV here on Parlay Play. So if you wanted to middle these, that would be an opportunity here. But I would be more inclined to take this on Hot Streak. This is off. I believe we took that on Prizepicks. This is off on Hot Streak. Cease. No. Ooh. Here's one. Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's an interesting one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to the optimizer and see what the books are doing with Derrick Henry because I like to get more price points here. Do we not have... Does he not have a line on the books? Does Derrick Henry not have a line on the books? He doesn't. Okay. So then this makes sense. So Derrick Henry under rushing yards on Parlay Play hit the over on Hot Streak. We could do that. So let's do Derrick Henry. And again, hopefully you guys are seeing the process here. I do this exact same thing for every single play I ever enter. I'm showing you guys 100% transparency. Like, this is how I utilize my own tools. Scan the market, find the discrepancies, attack as soon as possible. Good play here on Hot Streak. Quintana, no. Pass it, no. Tiffany Hayes, nope. Chubb. No, I'd take that on Hot Streak. Nope. Nope. And then this guy, Bodge me. Sure, we'll go with him. Bodge me under kills. That's a 6-man. That's a 6-man. You guys are quiet. No questions. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat, guys. Always going to try to answer as many as I can. Obviously, the entire point of doing these live streams is to not, to one, give you slips, but also to teach you guys like how to utilize and how to take advantage of discrepancies. And if you guys haven't signed up for the optimizer yet, now is the time to do so. Use code STREAM for 25% off in the annual subscription. And use code MATT, that is my name, for a 7-day free trial. And again, that is completely free. No strings attached on how you can show yourself on how to use the optimizer. Feel free to ask any questions that you ever have. Send them my way. DMs are always open. Can't guarantee that I can get to them right away, but I will answer you. I promise. My priority is showing you guys how to sports bet because I at one point did not know how to do so. And all I want to do is show you guys. Cowboys Super Bowl. No, absolutely not. No. Do you know what? I actually have them as a sleeper team. I know, like, I say that, or most Dallas Cowboys fans say that every single year. I'm not a Dallas Cowboy fan. But, like, every year, everybody thinks they're a dark horse, and then every year they just disappoint. Sorry, no disrespect. I'm a Jags fan, so I'm allowed to say whatever I want. Yeah, I got that slip off. How much have you bet on the Jags winning the Super Bowl? Not a cent. I refuse. There's no way, right? Like, if I'm being real, they have an outside shot. They actually have a decent chance to make it to the AFC Championship game, but like the second that they get matched up with like the Chiefs, the Bills, I already know where it's headed. Like, they're just not to that level yet. They're one step behind them, but well, I don't know. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong. All right, guys, where do you guys want me to go next? How often do you stop yourself when you see a play that doesn't feel good based on the knowledge you have of the player matchup trends? I struggle with that. So, great question, Will. Do you want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. So, I don't do that anymore at all. I don't stop myself at all. The reason is because there's no context behind the fundamental analysis that you give yourself, right? Like, I can sit here and I can say the Jags are good at football, but that means nothing unless a projection is given that knowledge, right? Like, I can say, based on my knowledge, the Jacksonville Jaguars are good, but how good are they? Are they like really good? Is Trevor Lawrence going to throw for 400 yards? Is he going to throw for 300, 200? Like, how good is my fundamental analysis behind the point that I'm making? Until you put a projection behind that, it means nothing. Like, there's the bias that you create behind the mindset that you have is going to throw you in many different directions. So my point here is that the sports books have no recency bias whatsoever, right? They're developing projection systems. They have data coming in from sharp money, from different industries, from everywhere under the sun. They're observing injury news, obviously with Kelsey news. They have weather news. They have everything under the sun pouring into their projections, their models, their lines makers. And as an individual sports bettor with recency bias, you have no idea, the trouble you can get into by simply making a fundamental decision and then basing your projections off of your fundamental analysis. That is the biggest trap in the world, right? Unless you're some mathematical genius that can just make these models yourself and then also make informed decisions based off these models and these projections, there's really no way that you can beat the books. You just can't. And it's a hard realization because, again, I think I know a lot about sports. I think I know a lot about NBA, NFL specifically, even college football. But I don't know more than the millions and millions and millions of dollars backed, behind all these sports books. So Eflin under fantasy score was a bit. I think you mean big example earlier. Guy feels so hot, so why touch that? Plus he's at home. So again, the sports books know the trends. They know everything behind that projection. Every single thing that they create, the price that they set. Keep in mind that sports books are profitable off of 99% of sports bettors, right? So these projections are assumed to be the most accurate in the entire industry. I'm not saying that he's going to hit the under of 4.5 or whatever his projection was set to. I'm saying that the sports books in the long term are profitable, so their projections are the most accurate. So why not trust the consensus sportsbook knowledge compared to yourself, right? Like, you could be right that he's going to hit the over today, but how about you being right on F1 in the long term? You're going to be wrong more times than not, which is why you're going to lose to the sports books if you just use your analysis, right? So anyway, does that make sense? I wish I could use Jock Market and Sleeper, however, they don't accept MasterCard. Oh no, get a different card. So if you were good to beat the books by not plus EV betting, then books would be giving you a job. Yes, that is true. Yeah, you probably would work for the books. They probably offer you a significant salary. People that set lines are hired and paid full salary to get those odds. People pay the VIC. So another thing too is, like, I'm not just talking about the people that are setting the lines. That's not what I'm referring to. That's only like 25% of the equation. I'm talking about after the lines hit the market and they've already moved. They've already adjusted. Sharp sports bettors, like I like to think of myself as a sharp sports bettor, the Alex Monahans of the world, the people who develop their own projections for anything, for any sport, niche sport, NFL, NBA. They all have already poured money into these lines and they're already shifting. They're already being shaped. And we're seeing the after effect of all this money coming in on one side or the other of these specific props. And we're now seeing the most accurate projection after the lines makers have set them, after the lines have been shaped, after everything under the sun, the industry or the injury news, everything, right, has shaped these lines. And these are the most accurate projections based on the sports books. So we're using that knowledge to then turn around and find discrepancies that still exist in the market, which there are still a ton. Check out the Underdog Optimizer. I'm so confused. I'll explain it here in a second. Should we be playing KC tight end backup lines if they're up? So again, to further explain, the sportsbooks know who the Kansas City tight end backup is. But that knowledge alone does not, it means nothing until you set a projection. How good is that tight end how good is he going to perform? Is he going to perform at 50 yards, 60 yards, 70 yards? Nobody knows. But the sportsbooks have a number to give that analysis, which I don't think you do unless you know something that the books don't know, which is not true. Noah Gray should have a decent line. That's a good, yes, Kent, 1,000%. He should have a line, and it should be somewhat aggressive, more aggressive than we're used to seeing. But how aggressive should it be? Until you know those answers, the answer is not to hit the over-under of anything because we're not associating that knowledge with a specific projection yet, right? Hopefully, again, that makes sense. So let's actually switch over to Underdog real quick. I'll address the question in the chat. What's up with these are legit. Like, I don't know, for whatever reason, Underdog hasn't taken these off yet, and they only allow it in Alabama. You can't place these bets for these lines. It's a gigantic glitch right now. But right now, the optimizer is showing correct values. Like I believe David Montgomery and Gibbs's combined receiving yards are a lot higher than 31.5. Last time I checked, anyway. If he has lines up, again, no idea what the lines are going to be, Drew. No idea. So I don't know the answer to your question until we see those lines and what the sports books are putting that at. Like, I don't know. Let's just for the heck of it, I highly doubt they have his lineup. They don't even know if Kelsey's going to play, so I don't know why they would have him up. But like, try this. Use this as an exercise. Like, what do you think Gray's line should be set to if you're a lines maker based on Kelsey being out completely? Right? Like, you don't know. And I guarantee you that whatever you come up with is probably nowhere close to accurate. I don't know. Like, Noah Gray, if he's number one in line, 30 yards, 35 yards, if I had to guess. But again, like, I know nothing. That's why I trust the sports books. Like, they have all the models, the projections, how many snaps he's going to play, how much they're going to underutilize their tight ends now compared to the running backs and their wide receivers. Like, they have all these trends behind all their stuff, all their projection models and stuff that they're setting. I would assume the books have already adjusted anyway. Correct. Yep. But if you can find books that haven't to change your lines by the Kelsey news, then by all means. Exactly. And that's the edge. That's the edge. But like, how do you know which ones haven't adjusted yet? Which again is why the optimizer is here and why I try to preach the way that I do, because again, I used to be just like you guys that think that you can beat the sports books by using your knowledge. And really it just comes with a gigantic ego. Like, you think you can until you get punched in the face, and then you turn around and you say, hey, look, like maybe the sports books lines are fixed, or maybe, you blame it on something else. So the real problem is that the consensus data and the projections are sharper than an individual person. Don't care how much they spend time around sports. Like, that's the hard realization. And that's like the first part in acceptance and accepting that you don't know enough about sports. Like, you can literally be in front of your computer studying sports 24/7, and you still would not put together the amount of accurate projection models that they have at the books. So anyway, sorry for the rant, but anyway, hopefully that all makes sense to you guys and why we bet the way that we do. Like, the edge is never going to be to use our individual sports betting knowledge to bet on parlay play. Like, imagine if all these lines weren't here, right? Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, Sonny Gray, bad matchup, under 4.5 for XYZ reasons, weather, whatever. And that hit the under the one time that I do that, and then claim that my sportsbook knowledge is better than the books. No, the reason why I should be hitting this is because the price tags based on all these major sports books is shoving it in the direction of the under, and I can grab this at a better value. The sportsbook or parlay play hasn't adjusted to 4 yet. I can take it at 4.5 and get it at minus 115 implied odds. It's really simple when you peel back the extra layers of all these lines. all you're doing is you're saying, hey, like, I'm getting this at a cheaper price. It's just like, and you buy anything, right? Like, say you're buying a car. You have all these car prices for all dealerships at a very similar price, but then you go to some other car dealership down the road and you get it for, $2,000-$3,000 cheaper. It's that simple logic. That's all we're doing, because those car dealerships all know about the market. They all know how their cars should be priced, right? Last year, lost 15K on props. I'm hoping to make some back this year. I'm trusting your process. Thanks, Kent. Yeah, man. Just got to learn it, though. You got to learn it. You can't just go up and down the optimizer. You can't just plug and play things, not take into consideration correlation, those types of things. Anyway, there's so many videos I put out that, yeah, like there's so many on our DFS 101 playlist that you can just sit down and learn. You sound like a defense attorney giving a closing argument to a jury. I mean that in a good way. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I mean, like, this process is obviously, unless you really understand it, is obviously very boring. Like, how fun is it to go ahead and go look up an ESPN article right now, look for all of the trending, statistics for certain players and form a bias argument for why a player should hit the over under like that. That's fun to research players, right? This is a lot less fun, but it's more realistic. It's assigning players with values and assigning math with values. And it's really doing what you should be doing during your research. And that's finding what the market is pricing their most accurate projections on and how they're setting their prices. You know what's fun? Catching Fliff asleep. Yes, Fliff has been off. I'll tell you guys right now, Fliff is a cheat code. Like, what are we doing here, Fliff? What are we doing? Every single time you pull up the pages, especially for NCAA. I mean, there were entire alternate lines for a specific game that were off like almost 10% EV. I mean, this thing is a money printing machine. Fliff is. If you haven't signed up for Fliff, that is the only website that's we don't have to enter code using DGF. It's DG Fantasy. Gives you 100% matchup to $100. But like, take the first one here. Minus 103 on Pinnacle. This is the first half team total. Under 6.5. Plus 110. You're getting this at plus 130 on Fliff, right? Like, that's a clear edge. Point spread, long shot, right? Plus 650, but it's still being offered at these different price tags across the market. Bet365 looks to match it. You can take this on Bet365 or on Fliff. But like, look, Caesars, even FanDuel plus 560. You're getting this at a full 100 points almost better here at Fliff. And Fliff is a straight bet app, right? It's extremely easy to bet on Fliff. Still a long shot. Not saying this should hit. This actually has a 15.33% chance to hit, but based on these other apps, or based on these other sports books, it has a lower percent chance to hit. Average odds of plus 510. I find it confusing on which props to play. I just don't get which green props to play over other green props. Well, that part we try to make simple. So if you take a look at the Prizepicks optimizer, free square, obviously. Not a good example because you're supposed to hit the over on that no matter what, but like body, like here, 39 on Prizepicks set to 42.5 on hot streak. Pretty simple, right? Clear miscommunication between projections. Hit the over there. I'd start your slip here. Eflin, we've already done the math for you on Eflin for under fantasy score. We take all the sports books into consideration and their prices. So 33.5 is a little bit too aggressive according to Caesars. So hit the under. Body, same thing as above. Hit the over. MHL, same thing as above. Hit the over. Clear market discrepancy. We try to make it as easy as we can for you guys, just by going down the line and entering these plays. By the way, if you want to sort by the specific slip type that you should be entering, do that up here too. We make that process easy for you. Usually it's as simple as going down the line and just picking from the top. Sometimes that doesn't work because some of these plays are negatively correlated with each other. That's really the only thing you really need to consider. But like in general, that's really all you need to do. Plus the middling app, very simple, right? Just see where there are discrepancies in the market. 4 obviously is not a good prop to take on Prizepicks because it looks like the entire market. Boom, 4. Parlay play 4, 4.5. There's not really an accurate projection that stands out here, right? 4.5 or 4. The market, it disagrees with this, so don't enter that anywhere. ASAP. This is a great play we took earlier when Hot Streak just had a line. But right now, Parlay play saying, hey, like this thing should be set to 27.5. Same thing with Prizepicks. So the least accurate projection is going to be here on Hot Streak. So take the under on 30.5, right? Like that's the mindset you should have. Here, you should not be entering this on Prizepicks because 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, and then 5.5, 5.5. If anything, you should be taking the over here on Fliff. But even that's a stretch because we still have market disagreements here on Hot Streak, right? Like pretty close. So pass that. That's what you should be doing. With Travis Kelce possibly hurt, have the sites adjusted. I believe they're too scared. I haven't seen them pop back up. So I just looked on Underdog. These are season-long projections. Even those are getting taken down. That's not good. Yeah, so like our plays earlier got bumped, it looks like. Kelce. Yeah, so like, no, they probably won't put him up until they know a snap count or whatever, if he's even playing. But yeah, so that's how you observe it, guys. Again, there's no right or wrong way to observe this as long as you're not taking the opposite of what's being said here. Like generally speaking, we're doing all the hidden math for you. Utilize this tool in the best way, shape, or form that you can. I show you guys the way that I use it, the way that I'm profitable, the way that I'm taking advantage of these discrepancies on major DFS apps and fantasy apps. Doesn't mean you don't have to do, you have to do the exact same thing. Like you can technically still middle this between 4 and 4.5 on, this is a pretty big discrepancy between Vivid Picks and Prizepicks. You technically can do that way, right? And back it up with your research. Like there's so many different ways you can do this, but like generally speaking, as long as you stick to the profitable plays on our middling tool and our optimizer, you're going to be fine. You're going to make money in the long term. I think so many people get sucked into seeing these lotto slips, some altered, and want to hit those as fast as possible. That's why I like plus EV betting, and thanks to y'all, I treat it like an investment. Yeah, that's exactly the mindset you should have, man. Yeah, and what do you mean by lotto slips? You mean like the 6 out of 6s, 7 out of 7s on parlay play? So I will say a lot of people don't like plus EV betting because we're showing you the best bang for your buck slips. A lot of people like playing two-man powers. As you can see here, there's no profitable bets because Prizepicks is punishing you more based on the average juice per leg, opposed to a 5-man flex where you're being offered a minus 119 implied odds average per leg. People just don't like playing 5-6-mans because they're harder to hit. But guess what? If you're managing your bankroll, you're actually sucking all the value that you can out by playing the 5-man, 6-man flexes, then it's only a matter of time before you hit these. Sometimes it takes a month, man. Sometimes it takes longer, especially if you're not playing a lot of volume. Like, that's why I always recommend playing volume. Slips today, I probably have like 10 plus. I should have more. So, to give you like some kind of rough number. All right. Yeah, no, the DraftKings and FanDuel slips for DFS are different than this. But yeah, no, I completely agree with you. All right, guys. Hopefully this was helpful. I went on a lot of rants there at the end, but as long as you guys have no more questions, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I'm going to do some more content. NFL season is officially here. It's a great time of the year, probably the best time of the year. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me. Feel free to DM me. And again, use code STREAM for 25% off any annual subscription on our website right now. With all that being said, have a great rest of your day, guys. Let's cash.